Dear students, welcome to another video tutorial on data structure and algorithm. And today's topic is tree in data structure. Okay, basically tree is a huge chapter. Okay, so that is why we have divided it in different parts. Okay, so this is our first part. So before discussing about data structure, I want to introduce myself. Myself, Niladri Shekhar Paul. I am working as an assistant professor at Computer Science and Engineering Department at Greater Kolkata College of Engineering and Management. The college is situated at Baroipur and the college is under GIS Group Educational Initiative. Now, what is tree in data structure? Basically, tree is a hierarchical data structure, okay, which stores the information naturally in the form of hierarchical style. A tree is a nonlinear hierarchical data structure, okay, that consists of nodes connected by edges. Tree is one of the most powerful and advanced data structures. It is a nonlinear data structure compared to arrays, linked list, stack, and other data structures such as arrays, linked list, stack, and queue are linear data structures that store data sequentially. In order to perform any operation in a linear data structure, the time complexity increases with the increase in the data size. But it is not acceptable in today's computational world. Okay, so different tree data structures allows quicker and easier access to the data as it is a nonlinear data structure. Okay, it basically represents the nodes connected by edges. Okay, so as you can see, this is a pictorial representation of a tree. Okay, so a tree is basically a recursive data structure containing the set of one or more data nodes, okay, where one node is designated as the root of the tree, while the remaining nodes are called as the children of the root. Okay, and the nodes other than the root nodes are partitioned into the non-empty sets. Okay, where each one of them is to be called subtree. Nodes of a tree either maintain a parent-child relationship between them or they are sister nodes. Okay. In a general tree, a node can have any number of children. Okay. But it can have only a single parent. Okay. So this is a basic pictorial representation of a tree. Okay. So A is basically a root node. The root node is basically the topmost node, okay, in the tree hierarchy. Okay, and A have two part. This one is the left part, and this one is the CNG comes under right part. Okay, so this is a subtree, and CNG comes another subtree. Okay, so if the root node is not null, the tree T1, T2, and T3 is called the subtrees of the root node. Okay, so here you can see that this is a subtree and CNG comes again. Okay. Now what is parent node? Parent node is nothing but D, E and F. These three nodes basically came from this B node. Okay. So that is why B node is the parent node of D, E, F. And what is child node? Basically from parent node the nodes gain that are the child node. Okay. So now we'll discuss about the definitions of this root, edge, subtree. Okay. Now what is root? Root is basically a special node in a tree. The entire tree is referenced through it. It does not have a parent. Okay. So it is the topmost element. It does not have parent, but it may have child. Okay. So here A is the root node. Next, what is parent node? Parent node is an immediate predecessor of a node. Okay, that means here, as we have told earlier, DEF. Okay, so the predecessor of these three nodes is B. Okay, so B is the parent node of D, E, and F. Again, A is the predecessor of B and C node. Okay, so A is the also a parent node. Okay, of B and C node. Next, come to the child node. So what is child node? And all immediate successors of a node are its child node. Okay, so as you can see that B and C are the successor of A. Okay, so B and C are basically the child node. Okay, again D, E, and F. This is the immediate successor of B. Okay, so this is the child node of B. Again, G is the immediate successor of C node. Okay, so G is the child node of C. Okay. Next, come to the siblings. Nodes with the same parent are called siblings. Okay. So as you can see that B has three children, D, E, and F. Okay, so D, E, and F are the siblings. Okay, of each other. Again, B and C. Okay, both came from A. Okay, so B and C are the siblings of A. Now came what is path. The sequence of consecutive edges is called path. Okay, and path is a number of successive edges from source node to the destination node. Okay, so in our example, okay, suppose we want to move from A to H. So A, B, D, A, B, E, H. This is a path. You want to move from A to F. So A, B, F is a path. Okay, so there is a source and there is a destination node. Okay, so we have to move from source to a destination. Okay, so to move from source node to the destination node, the edges that came in between two nodes, okay, are called the paths. Now what is the height of the tree? Basically, height of tree represents the height of its root node. Okay, so what is the basically root height of its root node? Okay, so this is 1, B and C are 2, D, E, and F 3, and H is 4. Okay, so the height of the tree is basically the height of the root, and height of the root is 4. Okay, so here the height of the tree is 4. Now what is the depth of a node? Depth of a node basically represents number of edges from the tree's root node to the node. Okay, so here you can see that this is the depth of a node is there are 1, 2, and 3. Okay, okay, so this is the 3, the depth A. Now degree of node. Degree of a node is basically equal to the number of children or a node have. Okay, so degree of a node basically represents a number of children of a node. As you can see that the node A have two children, B and C. Okay, so we can say that the degree of node A is 2. Again, the B node has basically three children, D, E, and F. So we can say that the node degree of B is 3. Again, C node has one child. So the degree of C is 1. Again, H, D, F, H, and G, these four nodes have no children. So degree of these nodes are 0. Now what is age? Age is basically a connection between one node to another. It is basically a line between two nodes or a node or and a leaf. Okay, so A and B are two nodes. Okay, so the connection between A and B is a edge. Okay, so every node, any two node, okay, or those node, okay, are connected. Basically, nodes are connected by a line, which is called the edge. Okay. So now come, what are the labels of a node? Labels of a node basically represents the number of connections between the node and the root. Okay. It also represents the generation of a node. If the root node is at label 0, its next node is at label 1. Its grandchild is at level 2 and so on. Okay. So the root is at 0 and from root, okay, so the child of root is 1 and okay, and after that it will proceed the level as by adding +1. Okay. Now label of a node can be shown as follows. Okay, so as you can see that this is the label of A is 0. Okay, so the always the label of root is 0. Okay, so A has two child B and C. So the label of B and C is 1. And now B and C both, B have three child and C have one child. Okay, so all the childs of B and C are came under label 3. Okay, and any child of label, any element of label 2 is at label 3. Okay, so the root of the, so root label of root is basically 0. Okay, and the childs of label 0 is basically label 1, and child of label 1 is basically label 2, and the child of the elements which are in label 2 are called basically are in label 3. So now if node, any node has no children like D, F, H and G does not have any child. Okay, so we can say that this type of nodes are basically called external nodes, or it is called the leaves. Leaves is nothing but those nodes which have do not have any children. Okay, or it is called the external node. Nodes which are not leaves are called internal nodes. Okay, so basically the nodes which have children are come. Okay, so those nodes are called basically internal nodes, and internal nodes have at least one child. Okay, it must have minimum one child. Okay, so the nodes which does not have any child is called leaves or external nodes, and nodes which are not leaves or which have children, okay, are called the internal nodes. Okay, and internal nodes have at least one children. A tree can be empty with no nodes, or a tree consists of only one node called the root node. Okay, so basically a tree can be empty. So what is an empty tree? A tree is called an empty if it does not have any node. Okay, or a tree may have only a single node. Okay, so that means it have only the roots node. Okay, so it's not necessary that the tree must have some a root node, and that root node must have two children, and then that two children must have other children or also. Okay, so a tree may have basically zero nodes. Okay, so that is called basically the empty tree. Okay, and a tree may have only one node. Okay, that is basically called the root node. Now what is the height of a node? Okay, so as you can see the pictorial representation, as we studied, height of a node is basically the number of edges, okay, on the longest path between that node and a leaf node. Okay. Each node has height. Okay. So in our figure that A, B, C, D can have height. So what is the height of A? The height of A is basically 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the height of A is basically 3. Leaf does not have height as there will be no path starting from. Okay, so leaf node does not have any height. Okay, so why? Because any node does not came from that node. Now nodes A's height is basically the number of edges of the path to K or L. Okay, so as you can see from A to say 1, C to G1 and G to K or L. Okay, is another one. So that is total 3. Okay, so the height of A is 3. Now what is the height of B? So height of the B basically 1. Why 1? Because from B we can go either D, E or F maximum. Now what is the height of C? The height of the C will be 2. Why? From C we can go to G and from G we can go either K or L. Okay. So we can say that the height of the C is 2. Height of a node basically defines the longest path from the node to the leaf. Okay. So height is basically nothing but the number of edges, okay, from that node to the leaf node. Path can only be downward. Okay, that means we cannot go upward. Okay, so the path, so basically from C we have basically downward we have get terminal node and from upward we can get the terminal node, but we'll go to the leaf nodes. Okay, that means in the downward direction. Now what is the depth of a node? As you can see, the depth of a node is basically represented like this. Okay, so while talking about the height, it basically locates a node at bottom where for depth it is located at top, which is root level, and therefore we call it depth of a node. Okay. In the above figure, node G's depth is 2. Why? In depth of a node, we just count how many edges between the targeting node and the root node. Okay, so here our root node is A. Okay, so to traverse from A to G, okay, we have to traverse 2 edges. Okay, so that is why the depth of G node is 2. And the depth of basically the root is 0 because to visit the root node, we did not require to traverse any edges. Okay, so that is why the depth of root is 0. So what is now the depth of B? The depth of B and C node is 1. Okay, so depth is basically like similar to the level. Okay, basically root is 0 and after that the elements that came from the root node or consecutive nodes are added by 1. Okay, now come what are the advantages of tree? Basically tree reflects structural relationship in the data. It is used to represent hierarchies. Okay, so using T we can maintain the hierarchy. Okay, from where a node came or from some position where that node will go. Okay, so all these things can be represented using tree. It provides an efficient insertion and searching operation. Okay, basically we have different techniques. Okay, to insert any elements in tree or to search any elements in tree. Trees are flexible It basically allows to move subtrees around with minimum effort. Okay. Now, what is binary tree? Basically, there are different types of trees are there. Okay, like forests, general trees, binary search tree, extension tree, tournament tree. Okay, so binary tree is very important for our syllabus. So what is binary tree? Binary tree is basically a special type of data structure. A binary tree is a data structure in which each node can have at most two children. Okay, so binary tree is basically a data structure in which each node can have at most two children. Okay, so any node had maximum two children. No node in binary tree can have more than two nodes. Okay, the node present at the topmost level is called the root of the node. In binary tree, every node can have a maximum of two children, which are known as left child and right child. Okay, so every node may have left child or right child. It is a method of placing and locating the records in a database, especially when all the data is known to be in random access memory. A tree in which every node can have maximum of two children is called as binary tree. So as I have told earlier, any tree in a tree, if every node have maximum two children, any node may have no children, either one or maximum, but maximum two is called the binary tree. So this is a pictorial representation of binary tree. As you can see that the A node has two children B and C, B has one, D, okay, D has no children, C has only one, that is E, and E has two children. Okay, so no two children, no node have here more than two nodes. Okay, so that is why we can say that this is an example of binary tree. A node with zero children is called basically the leaf node. Okay, so D, G, F, these are called the leaf node as it does not have any children. Binary trees are used in the applications like expression evaluation and many more. Okay, so the above tree basically represents binary tree in which node A has two children and B and C. Each children have only one child, namely D and E respectively. Now we can represent binary tree using array and also using linked list. Okay, so now we'll discuss how to represent a binary tree using array. Okay, so binary tree basically using array represents a node which is numbered sequentially level by level from left to right. Okay, so it will maintain left to right. Array index is a value in tree nodes and array values gives to the parent node of that particular index or node. Okay, value of the root node index is always -1 as there is no parent for root. Okay, so what I have told, binary tree using array represents a node which is numbered sequentially level by level from left to right. Okay, array index is a value in tree nodes and array value basically gives to the parent node of that particular index or node. Value of the root node index is always -1 as there is no parent for the root. When the data item of the tree is sorted in an array, the number of appearing against the node will work as indexes of the node in an array. Okay. So when the data items of the tree is sorted in an array, the number appearing against the node will work as indexes of the node in an array. So as you can see, this is the representation. Okay, so A will come as A is the root node. So the index value of A is 1. Now A has two children, B and C. But here you can see that the index value of the left child is 2. Okay, so from root we will move to the left and after that right. Okay, so the left child of A is indexed as 2 and right child of A, that is C, is indexed as 3. Okay, again B has two child. The left child has indexed as 4 and right child has been indexed as 5. Okay, so as we can see from here that in binary tree, okay, the traversal is at first root, then left, then right. Okay, so this is how the array has been represented. Okay, or binary tree has been represented using array. Okay, so as you can see, basically 7 is why, because it has maximum 7 nodes. Okay, the index value of A is 1, index value of B is 2, the index value of C is 3, index value of D is 4, index value of E is 5, index value of F is 6, and G is 7. Okay. Now, the location number of an array is used to store the size of the tree. Okay. So at the beginning, that is 7, that is the location number. Okay, so it stores basically the size of the tree, and the size of the tree is here 7. The first index of an array, that is 0, stores the total number of nodes. Okay, so the first one will store the how many nodes are there. All nodes are numbered from left to right level by level, from top to bottom. Okay, so all nodes are numbered from root to next level. Okay, and at first left to right. Okay, so from A, then B, then C. A is level 0 completed. Okay, now come to level 1. In level 1, we will come first to the leftmost element, that is B. After that C. So level 1 complete. Next we will come to the next level, that is level 2. Now in level 2, basically we will now first visit D, then A. Okay, after that F and G. Okay. Now in a tree, each node having an index is put into the array as its ith element. Okay. Now what are the applications of binary tree? Binary trees are basically used to represent a non-linear data structure. There are various forms of binary trees. Binary trees plays a vital role in a software application. One of the most important applications of the binary tree is the searching algorithm. Okay, basically using binary search tree, we can efficiently search an element from the tree very easily or very efficiently. Using binary search tree, we can search an element. A general tree is defined as a non-empty finite set T of elements, that is called nodes, such that the tree contains the root element, and the remaining elements of the tree from an ordered collection of zeros and more disjoint trees like T1, T2, T3, T4 and Tn, which are called the subtrees. Okay, so a general tree is basically defined as a non-empty finite set T of elements called nodes such that the number 1 the tree contains the root element, and in number 2 the remaining elements of the tree from an ordered collection of zeros and more disjoint trees T1, T2, T3, T4 and Tn, which are called the subtrees. Now these are the different types of binary trees. Okay, the number 1 is the full binary tree, the next one is the complete binary tree, next one is strictly binary tree, and that is extended binary tree and threaded binary tree. Okay, apart from this there is another one, that is the strictly binary tree. Okay, now what is full binary tree? Okay, what is called basically the full binary tree? A full binary tree, which is also called as proper binary tree or two tree, is a tree in which all the nodes other than the leaves has exact children. Okay, so basically, as we know, a tree is called a binary tree if all the nodes have maximum two children. That means a node can have zero children, a node may have one children, but a node have maximum two children. But a binary tree is called basically a full binary tree if every node except the leaf node have two children. So this is the pictorial representation. So these are the leaf nodes. These are the leaf nodes. So except these nodes, you can take any node. Every node have two children. Okay. So except the leaf nodes, every node has two children. Okay. So this is basically called the full binary tree. Okay. Next come what is complete binary tree. Basically a binary tree is said to be a complete binary tree if all of the leaves are located at the same level D. Okay, so a complete binary tree is a binary tree in which at every level except possibly the last has to be filled and all nodes are as far as left as possible. Okay, so a complete binary tree is a binary tree that contains exactly 2 to the power L nodes at each level. Okay, so this is the pictorial representation. As you can see that the A node has basically two child B and C. B has two. Okay, so D has maximum. D can have two maximum. It has two. E has maximum two. It has two. F has one, but it is on the left assigned. Okay, so any node can have one less than two children, but it may be as far as left possible. Okay, if L was the right hand side of F, then it was not a complete binary tree. Okay, so to complete binary tree, L must have to be in the left hand side. Okay, now what are the extended and threaded binary tree? A binary tree can be converted into an extended binary tree by adding new nodes to its leaf nodes and to the nodes that have only one child. Okay, so if a node has no children, if we can add some children, okay, then it will be a extended binary tree. Or if any node has only one children, okay, then also we can add a child basically. Okay, then that is called the extended binary tree. These new nodes are added in such a way that all the nodes in the resultant tree have either 0 or 2 children. Okay, so in extended binary tree, any node must have either 0 or 2 children. it cannot have one children. Okay, so in extended binary tree, there will be no node which have degree 1. Either it will have 0 or 2. So that is why it is called 2 tree, either 2 or nil. Now what is threaded binary tree? Basically the threaded binary tree is a tree which is represented using pointers. The empty subtrees are set to null. That is, left pointer of the node whose left child is empty subtree is normally set to null. Okay. So these large numbers of pointer sets are used in different ways. Okay, so there are basically 4 types of binary trees. Apart from this, there is another one that is called strictly binary tree. So what is strictly binary tree? In strictly binary tree, every non-leaf node contain non-empty left and right subtrees. In other words, the degree of every non-leaf node will always be 2. Okay, so a strictly binary tree with n leaves will have to n minus 1 nodes. Okay, so basically strictly binary tree is same as the extended binary tree. So every non-leaf node has 2 children. Okay. So students, this is all about basics of the tree and binary tree. Okay. So in our next tutorial, we'll discuss about different types of trees or different types of traversals of binary tree. Okay. If you have any doubt, any query, you can write on the comment section. Okay. Or you can visit www.facebook.com/digitalclassroom and like my page. Okay, if you also like my videos, then you can also subscribe to my YouTube channel. So students, thank you for now. See you in the next video tutorial. Thank you.